President Biden arrived in office with a sober recognition of the scale of the problems our country was facing.
Worldwide surge in COVID cases is wreaking havoc on people's travel plans.
Bottlenecks in the world's supply chains.
Passenger volumes declined to levels that we have not seen since the 1950s.
And yet a belief in the power and possibility of using the tools of government to address those issues. From time to time in American history, we have seen a massive set of problems where the only pragmatic thing to do was to act in bold and historic terms. And I believe we saw that when President Biden was immediately confronted with some of the biggest crises in my lifetime and responded to them with some of the most ambitious and successful actions in my lifetime.
We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do, much to repair, much to restore, much to heal, much to build, and much to gain.
When we arrived, we found ports and supply chains in the biggest state of disruption that I had ever seen. That was also something that was driving up costs and part of why post-COVID inflation hit Americans so hard. At one point, it went above 9%. Now we've got it back to about 2.5%, and a big part of that was getting shipping costs under control by improving American supply chains. But also there were more slow motion emergencies. One of the biggest was the condition of our infrastructure, desperately needing a major investment. And that's what the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law represented, a major priority of the Biden-Harris administration.
My fellow Americans, today I want you to know we hear you and we see you. Despite the cynics, Democrats and Republicans can come together and deliver results.
Which has resulted in 60,000 projects in every state and territory in the country, and creating and supporting millions of jobs. With the Biden-Harris administration, we've seen a profound change in the level of ambition to fix things that have needed fixing in this country. From the treatment of passengers by airlines, which added up to the biggest passenger rights actions in the history of the department. It's why this administration is undertaking the largest investment in passenger rail since Amtrak was created in the first place. And we confronted a serious escalation in what was already a high level of roadway deaths in this country. As of the fall of 2024, we've had 9 quarters in a row where that number is going down, where we are seeing fewer people injured and killed on our roadways. President Biden understands that policy is about everyday life.
The middle class built the country.
It's about people.
And unions built the middle class.
He doesn't just see a road or a bridge. He sees somebody's commute home back to their family. He doesn't just see ships and ports and supply chains. He sees ways for us to get the things we count on at the grocery store. That's what all of this is actually about. Taken together, a belief in how to use government to solve problems, a recognition of what we were up against, and a level of ambition. I think all of that is what has added up into the enormous progress that we've made in recent years. Something collectively I like to think of as the big deal.